but I'm happy that you guys are like getting the points, right?
Is it something related to an incident?
No, it's related to the people. So if you observe Japanese people, if you have worked with Japanese people in the world combine extraordinary arrogance and incredible humility. It's a big thing, right? They are extraordinarily arrogant people. As in, like they have a healthy pride about technology advancement, about the quality that you mentioned, about like the techniques and the tools that they use, and about the way they conduct themselves from a healthiness and mind perspective, and about the way they look at others. They have a very, very good healthy pride about themselves. As in, like they feel that they are really in control of what they are doing most of the times. Combining that with incredible humility is a very, very difficult thing. And usually Japanese culture is like noted for that because of their upbringing and the way they kind of like set the hierarchy, and irrespective of one's achievements, they kind of have to be humble at various points in times and stuff like that. The reason why I'm bringing this is, why upbringing is so important is, most of the times we always think in the negative direction. Okay, what do we do when there is a failure? What do we do? How can I come up with it? What do you do when there is success? Has anybody asked? Has anybody asked that to yourself? Okay, imagine yourself, right? Say, Varun, how long you have been working? 6 years? 5 years. You are at a lead role today. You are reasonably successful in your own sphere of influence. Are you handling success properly? You don't need to answer me right now. You get what I'm saying? Or any... Yeah.
You achieve success only when you do something. The success doesn't come on its own. You are working towards it. So once you reach the success, you may look out for the other success and you start working on it or think about it. But when that means you're still not done the things which are achieved success. So you have to think in the way you come. But once you reach success, you will think about the next success.
No, that is that. I know which track you are going on. Yes, I agree to your point. But the point that I am harping on is, most of the times we always talk about there has been hundreds of manuals and hundreds of lectures and hundreds of books talking about what you do when you have a failure. How many books are there that say what do you do when you have a success? Is the point that I am harping. And
so what is why the need is there?
Yeah, that is why it is put in fundamentals. The need is there fundamentally because if you are successful, right? Again, success is very relative. For you, success means heading up something. For like Varun, success means from where he for X, I'm not taking it. For X, success means from where he came from. He's in a good position. He's financially independent. That is great. That is really successful. Success is very relative. I am saying for you, the notion of success, how do you handle success is something that I have always seen people failing. You have come to a good position today. You are earning well today. How do you handle that in the sphere of people whom you meet? See, failure is very clear. There are hundreds of paths. Okay, you have failed. That's it. You need to change course. Or as such, your self-esteem is low, your confidence is low. You are not going to get see a guy and say, you know what, I know everything. Don't come to. You are not going to behave in an arrogant way when you have failed.
So you are saying sustaining success we have to do.
Yes.
So are you trying to say, Prakash, that you need to keep your fundamentals intact?
Yes.
Even though you're successful?
Correct. That is the idea. So these are your upbringing or your fundamentals. Irrespective of failure and success, you got to make sure that you are in control of what you are doing. You can get failure today, you can get success tomorrow. That's not the point. The point is, how are you able to conduct yourself in whatever you do is the point that I am harping on. And that is very relevant for leading something. Are you getting the idea? Again, this is not a lecture that is going to connect directly. You got to think. It is consciously done that way. You getting it? Are you able to connect the dots on what I told earlier and what I told now? Clear? Drive to make it big. It's a very normal word, right? Drive to make it big. What, okay, Prakash is saying this, drive to make it big. What is it really is like something that we are hearing every day. What I mean by drive to make it big is there needs to be an unsettling feeling all the time for all of us, because we can't settle down. If all these are perfect, this will happen automatically. As in, if you are not basking on your success, if you are always looking for the intellectual capital, if you are always looking for what do you want to gain, you will never settle. So the unsettling feeling always need to be there in your mind to take up bigger challenges, bigger opportunities, bigger leadership role. Fundamentally, because when you settle, you get a feeling of complacency and you feel, okay, you have done it. What next? Okay, I have 20 years of experience in the IT industry. It's okay, it's great, it's fine. Look, think about yourself, say 20 years later. What are you going to say? You're going to say, okay, you know what, I have seen it, it's not a big deal, I know what it is. Correct? Same in HR also. You can accumulate years of experience and you say, I have done it, I have seen it, it's fine. What does it do to you professionally and personally? It just makes you feel settled. That's it. You're just settled in whatever you're doing. You can't be settled in a knowledge-based industry. That is my point. You can never be settled in a knowledge. So, it has far deeper meaning than what I'm saying here. The far deeper meaning is, if you are not settled, you will be always in the learning mode. If you are settled, you will be in the knowing mode. When you are in the knowing mode, you are going to say, I know it, so don't come and tell me anything. That's it, you are done. You are not going to, really elevate yourself. If you are in the learning mode, you still can learn from everybody. Does that make sense? So it is related to all the above points. The final point on the fundamental is avoid being transactional. Can anybody explain?
Is it like the bank transaction?
Yeah, that's how the word comes. That's how the transaction word comes. It comes from bank. So,
Doing things expecting something in return.
yes, totally. There is a word in English called quid pro. What is it? Quid pro? Quo. Yeah. Quid pro quo. A thing given in compensation. It's my favorite word. Why? Because I always whenever you want to do something, you should never think about it. So, and why this is a fundamental is because as you move in your professional career and your personal career, all you are doing is you are meeting people, you are meeting like-minded people, you are learning from like-minded people, and people are smart in general. If you are going to talk to somebody because you have something to get from him, don't you understand that somebody will know that? You get what I...
But leading a team, if you are leading a team, you also have to understand their expectations.
What?
You have to make them work, say or perform. You have to give them some incentive. So you have to make them expect something.
No, that is it. That is different. That is on the work side. See, work side, it's very clear. You have a set of things to do. You do it. You give rewards, carrot and stick, which is perfectly fine. This is on whatever you do. Say you are calling a friend tomorrow. You want say you have somebody who's working in a big role, in a different company. You want to get some feedback from him. Okay, you have not spoken to him for the last 5 years. You are calling him today because you want this information. That is what I am trying to tell. So, when I mean transactional, this is at a very fundamental level. This has, concrete relationship to you becoming a leader. Because if you are completely transactional, people will look at